What's going on, everybody? Tim here with Marked Out Reptiles, bringing you another video for the genetic results series. As always, thank you guys for tuning in and checking out our videos. We appreciate all of you guys that are sitting out there watching or following along with our content. Truly appreciate those. If you're new to the channel, as always, be sure to hit the subscribe button right there to stay up to date with everything we got coming out. 2026 is going to be it's going to be a fun year. We're definitely got a couple ideas to get some more content out there for you guys, so you guys aren't going to want to miss that. Now today, this is going to be episode 16 for genetic results for 2025. Unfortunately, with this pairing, I was super excited to do this pairing. I really wanted to get this pairing in the books and hope that the odds gods would help us out and give us some crazy animals out of it. Unfortunately, they had a different outcome for us. I just want to remind everybody that just because we try to put the best pairings together that we can, sometimes we can do that and have good odds as far as the male and female go, but at the same time, when the eggs hatch out, we might not get the odds that we were looking for, and it might leave you a little bit either scrambled or confused in the end when you don't get those clutches that are a home run knock out of the park. So let's go in and let's look at this clutch and see what we got. Alrighty guys, so as we stated, this is clutch 16, and as you could tell from the clutch card, this is from our Chocolate Redhead Hypo male, and we bred him to an Orange Dream Chocolate Mojave Fire female. Unfortunately, we got 7 eggs, but only 3 ended up making it, which was a huge bummer for us. Especially even more when trying to get some chances at super chocolate combos and hoping to hit some with the redhead. So let's jump. Alrighty guys, so first up, this is our holdback from the clutch. This is a female, and as you guys can tell, this girl is phenomenal. Her pattern is crazy, her colors are crazy, that dorsal stripe is just gorgeous. So we have this girl labeled as, let's see if she'll cooperate. She likes to move around a lot. So we have this girl labeled out as a super chocolate redhead fire. 100% het hypo. I believe that fire is here over Mojave, just because of that coloration, but we could be wrong. Now, this is actually the first grow since we've worked chocolate very heavy over years and years. We've made a ton of supers. I've made a lot of combos that weren't supers with other genes mixed into there. And people have always told me, sometimes super chocolates wobble. I have never seen it until this female. So unfortunately, and again, she wants to move. She just wants to get up and go. But I do believe that redhead is in here. Just a crazy reaction to a super chocolate female. We've made a lot of super chocolates in our history with working with chocolate, and none came out like this. Her head is definitely a super light head, which could be fire, could be Mojave. I'm not really sure how it's working with the redhead. Again, we're still kind of learning with the chocolate redhead stuff, and now working into supers. As you can see, those eye stripes that vanish into the neck pattern, that's a typical redhead sign that we've seen from our chocolate stuff. But overall, super happy. As you can see, she's got a little head wobble there. She eats fine. I wasn't expecting the head wobble in this combo, but unfortunately it tends to happen from what we've heard. This is our first interaction with it with super chocolate, but I'm very happy that this was a female. This girl is definitely a holdback from the clutch. We definitely want to get her into some other things, and she's 100% het hypo as well. So Awesome girl. Like I said, I think this girl right now, we have her labeled as a super chocolate fire redhead. 100% head hypo. There is a possibility of Mojave being in there. And I don't think that this is Orange Dream. It's just not colorful enough for me. And we have made super chocolate orange dreams before, and just looks a little bit different. But very next up, we have the second animal to this. Now, this I believe is not a super chocolate. I think we missed on the super chocolate on this. But I believe we have this labeled as a chocolate Mojave, probable redhead. Again, those eye stripes cutting off to the little shadow part on the back of their head is a typical redhead sign that we've seen from some of our chocolate stuff. Um, could be chocolate Mojave fire, but not as crazy as the first one that we just shown as far as the pattern. Nice coloration. This is a boy, so this one does not make the cut. So this boy at some point will be available. Unfortunately, we do not have a redhead test yet, so we can't test for redhead. And there is no yellow belly in this pairing. The only other things that it could be would be Orange Dream. Um, and I don't believe that this is Orange Dream. I would expect it to be a lot lighter, have a little bit more oranges. We do see the similarities in the first one, in that head stamp right there with the lightness coming behind the head. So I believe this one is just going to be a copy of Chocolate, either Fire or Mojave, and the redhead. That's what I'm leaning towards. But very nice male. He doesn't have any wobble, so it just goes to show that it just comes from that super, which again, that was a first for me. But very nice male. And last but not least, it's number 3 that made it. Now this boy is a chocolate fire. I don't believe redhead is here. This is basically a typical look for what we've seen in some chocolate fires that we've done before. Graininess along the alien heads on the side. You're not seeing the eye stripes that are kind of like fading away. There's none of that lightness on the top of the head. Now this boy, this is a male, and he will be available at some point. This boy is 100% het hypo. And again, we've done some research on some clutches that we've done in the past, and I believe this boy just to be a chocolate fire. Not a crazy interaction like the other two to make me think redhead. Too dark to be Mojave, and I don't think it's light enough to have the Orange Dream in there, in my opinion. But needless to say, a nice, gorgeous chocolate fire het hypo male. There we have it, guys. There we have it. Clutch 16 for genetic results. Again, as you guys can tell, with the pairing of that caliber, we were hoping for some better odds for sure. We were hoping for better animal survivalness, turnout for sure. Everything was fine during incubation. Honestly, the only thing that we can go off of is just the eggs not being fertile or not having strong enough veins to make it through the process of incubation. We didn't have any animals come out and start feeding and thriving and then not move forward with that. We did have an animal come out of the egg that was it was deceased as it came out of the egg. That one I do have a strong feeling that it possibly was a Orange Dream chocolate redhead. We have some other animals that we've made over the last couple of years, and that one had all the characteristics to be that combo, but we can't say for sure because, again, it was dead out of the egg, which sucks. It's a bummer, but again, not all the time when we go through and we're doing these pairings, we're not getting lucky all the time. The luck and the odds are, 1 in 100 or however many clutches you're doing. So the odds are very slim for us to get lucky and hit those. Luckily for us, in that clutch, with being only 3 eggs, we were able to hit that one female, that super chocolate, which I'm 95% sure that that's a super chocolate redhead combo. So we're happy about that. That girl is going to have a place here to grow up and further along our chocolate redhead project in the future. And we're already thinking about different genes that we can add into it. And it works on both sides of the project, right? Because we deal with redhead here, we're very strong with the chocolate genetics in our collection, so that's going to help. And being het hypo is definitely a plus. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let us know in the comments what you guys think of those. If you work with redhead heavily, I'm always open to hear opinions and discussions about it. As it sits right now, there's not too many people that are working redhead and chocolate. Our male from that clutch was our world's first. Nobody had one of those. So again, we're still trying to learn as we go along and look at characteristics to see and give our animals that we hatch out the best IDs as possible. So again, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode.